Now, from the studios of Into Tomorrow in Miami, this is ITTV.
Hello, Into Tomorrow Tech viewers. I'm Dave Graveline. Welcome back to another informative and hopefully entertaining ITTV weekly update. Have you participated on our national radio broadcast yet? Did you know that you win fabulous prizes when you do join us and we get to hear you? If you have any tech-related questions or comments or opinions, or have useful tips for our audience, call us toll-free anytime at your convenience at 1-800-899-4686. That's 800-899-INTO. Or even better, listen and participate with audio via our free Into Tomorrow apps, especially if your local radio station doesn't carry all 3 hours of our show. We love hearing you, and you'll love participating too, I promise. Are you ready to travel back into yesterday? Chris Graveline joins us again with This Week in Tech History, reminding us of the inauguration of America's telegraph industry.
This week in 1844, Samuel F.B. Morse tapped out the message, "What hath God wrought?" in the code that bears his name, Morse code. The development began America's telegraph industry. In 1906 this week, the Wright brothers were granted U.S. patent number 821,393 for their, quote, flying machine. In 1940, Igor Sikorsky performed the first successful single-rotor helicopter flight. This week in 1990, Microsoft released the Windows 3.0 operating system. And this week in 2012, Facebook began selling stock to the public and trading on NASDAQ. That's our look back at This Week in Tech History, brought to you by IFA Berlin, the global innovation show with a rich history all its own. Get more info at ifa-berlin.com. If you haven't been getting social with us, you're really missing out. Stop by our Facebook page at fb.com/intotomorrow and hit that like button. And follow our official Twitter feed at IT Radio Show. Get social and stay connected. Links to all of our social media sites are available on our site at intotomorrow.com. It's time now for this week's product spotlight. Back to you, Dad.
Thanks, Chris. The latest smartphone from Samsung, the Galaxy S4, is getting a lot of hype these days. Most of it, we think, well-deserved. Aside from some fun and obvious new features like the 5-inch Full HD Super AMOLED display powered by a 1.9 gigahertz quad-core processor, the 13-megapixel autofocus camera that lets you take simultaneous front and back photos, the ability to wave your hand at the screen to accept calls and read content by tilting your head, and lots more. Well, on this product spotlight, we're going to spend a couple of minutes showing you just a few of the coolest features and benefits that we at Into Tomorrow have been enjoying. The Galaxy S4 looks a lot like the Galaxy S3, but has a slightly bigger screen and runs Android 4.2.2. The S4 also has a mode called Smart Scroll, which allows you to scroll with your eyes or just tilting your head slightly up and down while you're looking at a web page, for example. Into Tomorrow's Walter Rios shows us how that's done.
Oh, and you can also pause the video you're watching by looking away from the screen, and resume the video just by looking back at it.
There's an improved notification panel that lets you toggle between some of the unique features of the S4. With so many different notifications to choose from, this makes rearranging the order of the settings buttons a breeze. One item that's become a pretty common app for a lot of smartphones is standard on the S4. Watch On Universal Remote Control. Most of us can't even watch TV any longer without our phone nearby, so might as well control your TV with it too. Watch On gives you a personalized, intelligent TV guide that over time actually learns what you like based on what you've watched before. And it lets you watch the programs you want on the devices you want, even passing live TV to your phone. The Samsung Galaxy S4 uses a new infrared sensor to detect gestures near the phone without you having to touch the screen. They call it Air Gesture. Want to answer the phone without touching it? Just wave your hand in front of the screen. You can quickly check the status info like text and phone messages, battery remaining, and current song playing by waving your hand while it's just lying on your desk, for example.
You can flip through your pics in the gallery by waving your hand from one side to another, again, just by hovering over your phone.
Speaking of hovering, Air View is designed to let you keep moving. It can be such a drag to have to slow down to open individual messages or check your social updates. Well, the Galaxy S4 can detect that your finger is hovering over the screen and let you discover just a little more about the things you see. Now, my Galaxy Note 2 has had this feature, but you need to use the stylus. With the S4, you just use your finger. One of the programs on the S4 that makes hovering particularly fun is Flipboard. Hover over a story and you can preview more content. With the internet browser, you can magnify content under your finger, so you can read larger text or even tap on tiny links. Samsung Hub also responds to Air View hovering. Linger over a title to learn more details, including the price to rent or buy an item. Now let's get into some of the cool camera features. While we've said on the air for years that it's not all about megapixels, it's worth mentioning that the Galaxy S4 camera does have 13 of them for some stunning pics. It also has a 2-megapixel front-facing camera that you can use at the same time, combining 2 images into one photo or video. Walter shows us how.
Think of the possibilities as you change your various views from stamp to oval blur to heart shape, even fisheye. And you can move these frames around wherever you want, or just select the simple split screen.
The camera has 13 modes, so you've got lots of options to choose from as it helps you take more pics. Want to see live filter options before you even shoot? In the bottom of the camera view, you can tap an arrow and try each of the 9 filters, snagging the best style for your shot. Story Album allows you to create albums containing your special moments. It takes your pictures and keeps them in one place using your timeline. Your digital picture album can even be published as a hard copy photo book. Your treasured memories will always be with you to share to your friends and family.
You have the freedom to personalize your photo album by choosing what theme best fits you, like scene, scrapbook, grid, puzzle, and snapshot.
Do you ever get photo bombed? Well, the S4 has Eraser that can eliminate extraneous people and objects moving through your frame and keep your pics free from distractions. Boy, if they could only get Eraser to work in real life.
And of course, you can also have some fun with the built-in photo editing, as I did here with a picture of Fausto.
Samsung S Health. The Samsung Galaxy S4 comes with an app that helps you keep track of your health by letting you set fitness goals and keep an eye on your progress. Stay tuned into tomorrow as we plan a future product spotlight on several of just the S Health features. And of course, tune into our radio show Into Tomorrow this weekend as we discuss even more of the features of the Samsung Galaxy S4. If you don't already subscribe to our free once-a-week tech newsletter, you should. It's full of all sorts of tech information, news, tips, and info on all of our upcoming shows, along with Beth's Tech Tip of the Week. To subscribe, simply stop by intotomorrow.com and enter only your email address right there in the red box on the main page. You'll get an email asking you to confirm your subscription. Accept it by just clicking the link in that email, and you'll have Into Tomorrow in your inbox once every week. Next week, we're hitting the road again. We're headed to Las Vegas to cover CTIA, showcasing the leaders, ideas, and experiences that shape the mobile technology industry. In addition to our ITTV report, check out our 3-hour radio show and get all the data and be up to date on some of the latest in mobile tech. Details available, of course, at intotomorrow.com. Well, that wraps it up for this week's Into Tomorrow ITTV show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our videos. I'm Dave Graveline. See you next week from Lost Wages, Nevada.
You can flip through your pics in the gallery by waving your hand from one side to the other, again, just by using your phone.
No, of course you're using your phone.